Good morning. This is day 5. Today's Friday the 24th, and we're on week 5 doing our morning work, our 32.5, and your math, our WPW 124. Up on the top it says lesson 20.2. Okay, so have that ready to go. And we will do one problem. All of this is becoming very familiar because it's reviewing what you've learned in your math lessons, just to keep you fresh, okay? So you'll notice we've got a row of subtraction going across, and remember, if there's more on the floor, go next door and get 10 more. Put it in front of the ones that you already have, because 10 plus 2 is 12, right? 12 take away 4 would be 8, because 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 plus 4 is 12. 0 take away 3. Don't be tempted to say 3. You can't flip it over because 3 is more than 0. So you have to go to the hundreds place and put that you borrowed in front of the 0. 10 take away 3 is 7. 7, 8, 9, 10. And 4 take away 3 is 1. So your first answer is 178, okay? So go ahead and do the rest of them. You say you want to do them together? Why don't you pause, do them, and then come back and check. So ready, pause. All right, I see you're back. 786 take away 194. Hopefully you did not regroup here because 4 is not more than 6. So did you get 2? But 9 is definitely greater than 8, so you had to go next door. And you should have gotten 9 and 5, 592. Okay, check and see if you did that. All right, 471 minus 258. Hopefully you noticed that there was more in the floor than the 1, so you went right next door. You borrowed. 11 take away 8 is 3. 8, 9, 10, 11. 6 take away 5. 5 is less than 6, so we can subtract. And 4 take away 2 is 2, because 2 plus 2 makes 4, right? Good. So far, so good. And then you've got 728 minus 603. 3 is less than 8, so you're able to subtract. Was 5. 0 is less than 2, so you're taking nothing. And 7 take away 6 is everything except for 1. Okay, see how you did. All right, it says draw a picture. You notice that there are 5 hundreds. Remember, hundreds are flats. So you could have just drawn them side by side. You could have overlapped them. However you wanted to do it. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hundreds, right? Tens are your rods. You have 2 and only 1 cube, right? And so when you fill it out, it's 500, 2 tens is 20, 1, 1. So basically, it's 500 plus 20 plus 1 would be 521, okay? Let's look at your word problem. You probably got that one. There was a herd of 240 zebras, so you should have circled 240 zebras on the plain. 67 of the zebras were babies. The rest were adults. How many were adults? If you want to know how many were adults, you got to take the babies out of the scene. So that should have been minus 67 with the 7 under the 0, the 6 under the 4. Okay, definitely more in the floor. So you go next door. 10 take away 7 was 3. 6 is greater than 3. We got to go next door. 13 take away 6 is 7, because 6 plus 6 is 12. 7 would be 13. Bring down your 1 if you got 173. And if you wrote it on the line, you get actually 2 points for that, okay? The next part says, choose the correct word to complete the sentence. You've got sniffled and sniffling. Can you pass a tissue to the girl, to the sniffled girl, or to the sniffling girl? Well, she's sniffling, isn't she? So circle sniffling and then write it when you get a chance. The clown juggled or juggling multiple balls at the same time. The clown juggled. If there was the word is, you could say the clown is juggling, but is not there. So juggled, okay? And then the clue is, I'm excited for Saturday to arrive. You could say that, right? Because tomorrow is Saturday. Your words are we, friend, a, surprising, my, with, party, are. So pretty simple. We, number one, it's the only capital. They're excited because Saturday, it looks like there's going to be a party. We are, number two. We are what? Surprising, number three. Surprising who? My, number four. Friend, 5. With, number 6. A, number 7. Party, number 8. And period. Okay? So you can go and do that in your journal when you're ready. And while you're getting your math out, I am going to erase this up here, okay? So we're gonna do RW, PW, 124, okay? So these pages are reviewing what you're learning in your regular math assignments regarding skip counting, multiplication, so on like that. So up in the top it says there are 3 equal groups. Each group has 2. Remember to multiply, each group has the same quantity in it, the same amount. So you can either add 2 plus 2 plus 2, or you can multiply when you have equal groups, and it would be 3 times 2 equals 6. 6 is called the what? Do you remember what the answer to a multiplication problem is? Factor times factor equals, I forgot, can you believe it? Anyway, I'll figure it out. Okay, so quotient, I don't know. Okay, so we have drawing and we have writing. They did the first one for us, except for we need to add 3 plus 3 plus 3. So go ahead and count by threes. Here we go, I can't believe it. 3, 6, 9, right? So your answer to the addition problem is 9. And the multiplication problem, what would you write? Can you see pink okay? I'll switch colors. You would say I have 3 groups times 3 in each group. 3 3s equals 9. Okay? So that was number 1. Now for number 2, it says 4 groups, so go ahead and draw your 4 groups. Mika, quiet. And you have 2 in each group. Okay, so we have equal groups, right? We're adding 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. 2, 4, 6, 8. And your corresponding multiplication problem would be, how many groups do you see? Whatever number here, it says 4 groups of 2. So it's 4 times you have a 2, and that will equal the same number as if you were to add them. All right? Okay, number 3, it says 2 groups, so draw 2 groups. So it's 2 groups of 3. So you have 3 in each group, right? 2 groups of 3. You draw that out. And we know we're going to multiply because we have the same amount in each group. How many groups do we have? 2. How many in each group? 3. Whoops, we forgot to do the 3 plus the 3, right? 3 plus 3 is 6. 2 times 3 equals 6. Oopsie. Right? Good. Mika. All right, and that was number 3. So go ahead and turn over to the back side. And that is exactly what you guys are doing. So don't really need me for that, but for number 1, don't forget, even though they've done everything, for number 1, go ahead and draw your picture. They did not do that. So draw your 4 groups with 3 in each group. So go ahead and do that for number 1 on the next page. And then they've given you all the answers outside of that. So for number 2, you need to draw your 2 groups. Number 2, make your 2 groups. Make sure you put 5 in each group. And do your adding and do your multiplication. What would that be? 2 groups, 2 times 5, okay? So go ahead and do that. Now look at the very bottom, number 4. Write a number sentence that matches each picture, but it says use multiplication if you can. Now remember, you can't always use multiplication, only if the sets are equal. So you see the first set has 3 apples, the second one has 2. Can you say 2 sets of 3? Nope. You say 2 sets of 2? Nope. Those are not even. So how are you going to find out how many there are in all? You're going to have to add. How many are here? How many are here? And then you add. How about the bananas? Do you have equal amounts in each group? Yes, you do, don't you? This group has 3. That group has 3 bananas. How many groups are there? 2 groups. How many are in each group? 3. 2 3s, okay? So go ahead. They're not going to be the same answer because they're not the same problem, okay? So go ahead and finish that up and take your time on that, and I will see you back here for math, okay, in a little while. All righty? We'll see you later.